The laughter echoed across the sunlit street like a crack of thunder, sharp and careless, the kind that leaves silence heavier than words ever could. The middle of that bright afternoon stood a street mechanic with oil-stained hands and tired eyes, holding an engine part as if it were something fragile and sacred. A millionaire CEO in a tailored suit laughed at the idea that this man could fix what global engineers had failed to solve. In that moment, pride collided with humility. One yet knew that by the next day, the world's most iconic supercar brand would be calling the man in Greece a genius. Before the story unfolds, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and hidden brilliance, take a moment to like this video, comment, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to our channel, Life Spark Stories. Support helps stories like this reach hearts that need them most. His name was Arif Malhotra, and every morning, daylight found him lifting a rusted shutter on a narrow roadside workshop where the smell of fuel mixed with dust and heat. Arif had never gone to a fancy university. His education came from years of listening to engines breathe, cough, and whisper their secrets. After his father passed away, the small garage became both his burden and his lifeline. Customers often judged him by his worn clothes and the faded sign above his shop, and some drove away the moment they saw him, convinced genius could not live in such a place. That afternoon, a low, broken growl announced the arrival of a luxury prototype car escorted by a black SUV. The CEO, Rohan Virex, was known across business magazines as a visionary who built empires before breakfast. His car had overheated unexpectedly during a city showcase, and time was bleeding money. Engineers were hours away. Arif, watching from the curb, noticed something no one else did, a subtle imbalance in airflow caused by a redesigned housing that looked brilliant on paper, but failed under real heat. Against his better judgment, stepped forward and offered a solution using a modified valve angle and a temporary reroute using basic tools. The CEO barely looked at him before laughing, waving him off as if swatting a fly. The laughter drew stares from passers-by, and Arif felt the familiar burn of humiliation settle into his chest. Still, he spoke with quiet certainty, explaining the physics in simple terms. The CEO dismissed him again, choosing pride over possibility, and the car was hauled away under the unforgiving afternoon sun. That night, barely slept. Doubt fought with conviction as he sketched diagrams on scrap paper, hands still trembling from the insult. Wondered how many times brilliance had been buried under laughter, like that. By morning, he returned to his shop, expecting another ordinary day of small repairs and smaller respect. Then the call came. In broad daylight, with traffic humming and vendors shouting nearby, Arif's phone rang with a number he never imagined answering. Engineers from Ferrari had examined footage of the breakdown and overheard a fragment of his explanation captured by a passerby's video. They tested his idea overnight. It worked, just as a patch, but as an innovation. The airflow modification increased efficiency under extreme conditions. They asked for him by name. They called him a genius. By noon, the same street that witnessed laughter watched sleek cars arrive again, but this time without arrogance. The CEO returned, his expression stripped of certainty, placed with something rare and human. He listened as Arif demonstrated the fix in daylight, each movement calm, precise, born of experience rather than ego. The engine purred to life, smoother than before, as if grateful to be understood. News spread fast. Cameras followed. But what mattered most was the quiet moment after, when respect replaced ridicule. Arif was offered a position, resources and recognition, but more importantly, he was seen. The world learned that brilliance does not always wear a suit, and genius often smells like oil and perseverance. As this story nears its end, if this journey moved you, if it reminded you to look twice at the people the world overlooks, please like, share, and engage with this video. Your interaction helps keep stories of hope alive. And before we close, we have a special request. Comment below with one word that describes how this story made you feel.